Arc flash warning labels are critical for electrical safety. These labels alert qualified personnel to potential arc flash hazards associated with electrical equipment. The purpose of arc flash warning labels is to provide information that allows workers to make informed decisions about personal protective equipment, or PPE, and safe work practices before working on or near energized equipment. The requirements for arc flash warning labels can vary depending on several factors, including the applicable standards, the voltage of the equipment, and the potential arc flash incident energy. Several standards address arc flash safety, including the National Electrical Code, or NEC, the National Fire Protection Association Standard 7TE, and Occupational Safety and Health Administration, or OSHA, regulations. The NEC contains requirements for marking electrical equipment with arc flash warning labels. Section 110.16 addresses arc flash hazard warning. This section generally requires that electrical equipment be field marked to warn qualified persons of potential electric arc flash hazards. NFPA 7TE provides guidance on how to perform an arc flash risk assessment and determine the appropriate PPE to be used. It also includes requirements for arc flash warning labels. The OSHA regulations require employers to protect employees from electrical hazards, including arc flash hazards. Employers must perform a hazard assessment, provide employees with appropriate PPE, and train employees on safe work practices. The specific requirements for arc flash warning labels are detailed in NFPA 7TE. The labels must include information about the potential arc flash hazard, such as the incident energy, the working distance, and the required PPE. The incident energy is the amount of energy that a worker could be exposed to in the event of an arc flash. The working distance is the distance between the worker's face and the potential arc flash source. The required PPE is the personal protective equipment that a worker must wear to protect themselves from the arc flash hazard. The label must also include the date of the arc flash risk assessment. This helps to ensure that the information on the label is up to date. Regarding existing electrical panels, switchgear, and motor control centers, the requirement to install arc flash warning labels typically depends on the applicable regulations and standards in effect at the time of installation and any subsequent modifications or upgrades. In many jurisdictions, even existing equipment is required to be labeled with arc flash warnings to comply with current safety standards. The NEC, for example, is updated every 3 years, and each new edition may include revisions to the arc flash labeling requirements. Furthermore, OSHA's emphasis on workplace safety often necessitates retrofitting existing equipment to meet current safety standards, even if the equipment was compliant at the time of installation. A thorough arc flash risk assessment conducted by a qualified professional is essential to determine the specific labeling requirements for existing equipment. This assessment will identify potential arc flash hazards, calculate incident energy levels, and recommend appropriate PPE and warning labels. When performing an arc flash risk assessment, several factors must be considered. These include the voltage of the equipment, the available fault current, the clearing time of the overcurrent protective devices, and the working distance. The voltage of the equipment is a major factor in determining the potential arc flash hazard. Higher voltage equipment typically has a greater potential for arc flash. The available fault current is the amount of current that could flow in the event of a short circuit. A higher fault current will result in a more severe arc flash. The clearing time of the overcurrent protective devices is the amount of time it takes for the circuit breaker or fuse to interrupt the flow of current in the event of a short circuit. A longer clearing time will result in a more severe arc flash. The working distance is the distance between the worker's face and the potential arc flash source. A shorter working distance will result in a greater exposure to the arc flash hazard. Once the arc flash risk assessment has been completed, the appropriate arc flash warning labels can be selected. These labels should be durable, legible, and permanently affixed to the equipment. The labels should also be placed in a location where they are easily visible to qualified personnel. The information on the arc flash warning label must be accurate and up to date. If the equipment is modified or upgraded, the the arc flash risk assessment should be re-evaluated, and the warning label should be updated as necessary. It is important to note that arc flash warning labels are only one part of a comprehensive arc flash safety program. In addition to labeling, employers must also provide employees with appropriate PPE, train employees on safe work practices, and develop and implement an arc flash safety plan. PPE should be selected based on the incident energy levels calculated in the arc flash risk assessment. Common types of PPE include arc-rated clothing, face shields, safety glasses, and gloves. Employees should be trained on the hazards of arc flash and the safe work practices to be followed when working on or near energized equipment. This training should include information on how to properly use and maintain PPE. An arc flash safety plan should outline the procedures to be followed to protect employees from arc flash hazards. This plan should include information on hazard identification, risk assessment, PPE requirements, safe work practices, and emergency procedures. In addition to the NEC, NFPA 70E, and OSHA regulations, there may be other applicable standards or regulations that must be followed. For example, some states or municipalities may have their own electrical safety codes. It is important to consult with a qualified electrical safety professional to determine the specific requirements that apply to a particular installation. The installation of arc flash warning labels on existing electrical equipment is a crucial step in protecting workers from arc flash hazards. By providing clear and concise information about the potential hazards, these labels enable workers to make informed decisions about safety. To summarize, firstly, determine the applicable standards and regulations. This may include the NEC, NFPA 70E, OSHA regulations, and any state or local electrical codes. Secondly, conduct an arc flash risk assessment. This assessment will identify potential arc flash hazards, calculate incident energy levels, and recommend appropriate PPE and warning labels. Thirdly, select and install appropriate arc flash warning labels. These labels should be durable, legible, and permanently affixed to the equipment. Fourthly, provide employees with appropriate PPE. This PPE should be selected based on the incident energy levels calculated in the arc flash risk assessment. Fifthly, train employees on safe work practices. This training should include information on the hazards of arc flash and how to properly use and maintain PPE. Sixthly, develop and implement an arc flash safety plan. This plan should outline the procedures to be followed to protect employees from arc flash hazards. By following these steps, employers can create a safe working environment for their employees and reduce the risk of arc flash injuries. Remember that electrical safety is a continuous process. It is important to regularly review and update the arc flash safety program to ensure that it is effective. This includes re-evaluating the arc flash risk assessment whenever there are changes to the electrical system or work practices. Arc flash incidents can cause serious injuries or even death. By taking the necessary precautions, you can help to protect yourself and your coworkers from these hazards. Consulting with qualified electrical engineers and safety professionals is paramount to ensure full compliance and a safe working environment. It's always better to err on the side of caution when dealing with electricity.